How we doing?
Jalen, there's been a lot of talk this week about your relationship with AJ, obviously off of what Brandon Graham said. Just wonder if you want to offer any clarity on the situation.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Did you two talk after Brandon's comment?
We've spoken. I think in the end, Brandon, BG, we calling him Brandon. BG knows he spoke out of place, and he knows that. So
What was your reaction when, I'm sure your phone started blowing up when that was going around? What was your reaction to it?
um, I mean, it's just about the team in the end. I think overall, that's where my focus is. I think that's where everyone's focus is at heart, and trying to do what's best for the team. And ultimately, everyone cares about the team's success. And so, whenever something happens, whatever it is, I look at myself first, because everything starts and ends with me. And I take great pride in what I do. I take great pride in the responsibilities that I have when I am to the city and to this team. And I challenge myself on that. I'm my best when I'm my biggest critic, and I have to continue to challenge myself on being critical on some things so I can be better. And in the end, everyone expresses themselves differently, and I respect that, and I accept how anyone shows up. But ultimately, I look at myself first, and I say, how can I be better? What do I need to do to be better? And ultimately play at the highest level I can play. And that's what it takes to play complementary football at its fullest. And so that's what the goal is. Everybody's coming in here. I just told the team, everybody dominate their box. Everyone, including myself. And that's what it's about. So I don't want to get lost in the sauce of everything else when the main thing is to come out here, go through prep, do what we need to do, and go out there and play.
Your relationship with AJ obviously predates your time together here. Is there ways that is a helpful thing for you? And on the flip side, are there tests kind of given the dynamics of quarterback, wide receiver, high pressure environment?
Yeah, I think, sometimes things change as dynamics change, but for him, he knows I had a lot of love for him, just like I got a lot of love for all these guys. And ultimately, he's a guy that's a competitor. He wants to win. He damn sure wants the ball, and he wants to make an impact in the game. And I respect that, and that's just like all of us.
Has the emphasis on cutting down on turnovers affected your ability to throw downfield?
No, I think from a macro view, macro perspective, you got to be able to saturate yourself in something to say this is who we are and this is what we're gonna do. And I think, as I said, as things change as dynamics change, and the dynamic of our team has changed. We had a great addition in Saquon Barkley, and he's been able to impact his team in a tremendous way. And we've always been able to run the ball at a high level. He's taken that to the next level, and so it hasn't changed the main thing. Ultimately, we're looking at a piece of our game that we need to be better at. Being critical of ourselves, we need to be better at, but ultimately we're still doing what we need to do. And so there's always this ongoing challenge in that, but ultimately, there's a different team every year, different dynamics every year. You have different coaches, different voices, and different visions. And so ultimately, you want to come together and try and find the best common ground to go out there and be successful for the team.
Like you said, the questions you ask yourself are, how can I be better? What can I do? What's the answer to those questions?
Yeah, just, honestly, finding that rhythm, finding that rhythm. The rhythm thing is important, and I think that it takes a collective group in how we approach things, what we do, how we attack people, and ultimately knowing my job and doing my job. And so, yeah.
One of those conversations, like you talked about needing to find a rhythm, what are the conversations like with Kellen and Nick to kind of help you be able to figure that out?
It's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing. It's always, I've said it's always been a thing that you try and navigate. And I've said that since. I've said that I feel like I've said that every training camp. I've said that throughout every year because it's the truest thing is all of these things ongoing. And I know after the game, I was very pointed with my no to, we shouldn't be having to deal with this. That's because I've experienced it where we weren't dealing with that. And so that's my standard in the sense of great rhythm. This is what it was, but every team is different. We have different dynamics on this team, and everyone has to be willing to accept those challenges. And I accept those challenges. I accept the challenges that come truly with the in continuity, and that everybody has a different vision and different voices, but ultimately it's about winning. And so I want to do everything I can to win. And when my opportunities are there, take advantage of them. And that's something that I'm very, very critical of myself on.
Do you think you've had to change your game somewhat since like the first 4 games of the season, to accommodate not only Saquon but like everything else?
I think our offense has changed tremendously from the first 4 games. So I'm a product of that because it starts and ends with me.
Along those lines, Jalen,
Is there any-
as the offense has changed to be more run-focused, is it difficult for you as a passer to be a little bit less a part of the offense than you're used to?
It's not any difficulty in winning. When that's your main thing, and that's truly my main thing. I know there'll be, I know everybody sees the mic'd up clip of duty calls and all that, and I know there'll be moments where that moment comes. It's a matter of being equipped when that time comes, and that's what we're building confidence for. That's what we're striving for. No one cares how you get it done when you get it done, and that's it. So we just want to, it's like I feel like everything I say is stem from the whole standards versus winning and losing conversation that we had. I think you asked that question last year, but you have standards, but at the end of the day, when did winning not become the main thing? And so, just want to play at a high level. We all want to play at a high level, but we want to win. We want to win. That's the most important thing.
Watch the film. Do you think that you're holding the ball too long?
There are moments where I can get it out quicker. There are moments where I could definitely get it out quicker. And I think, that's just something that I own. I'll be better with it. In terms of all that with my role, I'll figure it out.
So you
less-
said that a
with less-
couple times.
Go ahead.
You said that a couple times. This season, winning is the main thing, and obviously you guys are winning at a high level. So how does that sort of in concert with, it wasn't just AJ, you were frustrated, a number of players said they were frustrated, taking joy in that win versus that standard you always talk about. Is that important to try to find that?
That's all relative. It's all relative to the person and what you define as joy.
You've had other difficult patches in your career. I'm not saying this is because obviously you guys are winning, but you did mention a couple things about how the offense has changed and how does it affect you. How have you found it best for you to get out of that and get back to playing the way you play when you're at your best?
Like I said, I've submitted myself to whatever it takes to win. And so, you look at the course of the years and we've had, different conversations for who the most valuable player is and the recognition and whatever. And it's all about the team at the end of the day. But you see different areas, shining in different years. And so it's about the team. I don't care how it looks. It's kind of my game, and I think that's something that people have to accept, that it's going to look how Jalen Hurts wants it to look, but he's going to win.
It matters so much, the quarterback position matters so much, so it's not wrong for you to say that you need to be playing a certain level or you need to be
Oh, it's not.
cater things to help you.
Oh no, it's not. It's not wrong to say that. I think from my vantage point, I put emphasis on the importance of winning and what that is. Definitely put an importance on what winning and what that is, but also as you grow and as you evolve, the longer you can saturate yourself in something, you know, the more comfortable you can get in it. And so as everything ends and begins with the quarterback, myself, that's what it is. And so for where I am right now, I'm submitting myself to, you know, what we're doing, how we're approaching it, and trying to do what I can to win and play at a high level.
When you look at
An expression that you've used in the past is that heavy's the head. In weeks when there's a lot of tension on that crown, so to speak, how do you handle it?
You know those cleats I wore? A funny story. The cleats I wore versus the Rams. That's what they're called. Those are heavy as the head. It comes with it, you know. And it's a privilege. So I tend to thrive in moments like this.
I was going to ask about the Steelers defense, and like, could this be a game where you're going to have to,
Wise guy, huh?
where you're going to have to be equipped to like maybe win the game, you know, with the pass because of the
Yeah. Well, I think you know, obviously they got a great player over there, in T.J. Watt, and then Minka, all around safety, all around defensive back. You know, the culture they have, you feel it. Their coach is amazing, and how he does what he does and leads, and it's it'll be a battle. It'll be a battle. You know, playing a division is definitely a challenge, and they got a lot of great teams, a lot of great talent, and we just have to be ready. Thank you.
Thank you.